I know it's gonna beep any second, right? Nothing like driving around a small town community or small hamlet or whatever this is. Now, normally I would never drive around without Charlie's seat belted in or put in a kennel or something like that. But we're currently going 15 kilometers an hour. That's really slow. And there's no one here. And there's not really any rules, so I mean, I'm sure there are, but hey friends, so I just wanted to say that I forgot to take a video of me taking down the tent. Still in the process, as you can see. There's a lot of stuff that's been going on. I'm shiny because I'm covered in mosquito spray because it keeps being mosquito-y out here. It's an absolutely beautiful morning, which is really nice because I honestly don't know how I would take down that tent if it was as windy as it's been over the past 2 days. Unfortunately, because of the wind, we haven't been able to do anything on the water. I wasn't able to go paddleboarding. I wasn't able to do boating. Maybe once I take everything down, if I still have a bit of time, I'll see if I can get out to paddleboard, but not really sure. We'll see what actually ends up happening. This trip has been pretty brutal on me because of the wind, because it was only Charlie's second time camping. He started off really, really hyper and intense. When he was little, the first time we went camping a few weeks ago, which I know is only about a month ago, but he was much smaller. He wasn't able to climb over me, so I was able to put him in his kennel, and I could lay beside the kennel and have the door open, which gave me a bit more room, and it also made him feel, a little bit more secure having me there. And so I was able to do that. With this time, though, he is big enough that he fills his kennel, and he's big enough to crawl over me and bite me and all those kinds of things. Not that it hurts, he just mouths, but still he gets pretty feisty when he's overtired. So I ended up having to close his kennel, which gave me much less space. And then because it was so windy, everything was flapping and making noise, and he was barking at that to start. And then that didn't work out well. So the first day when I was putting up the tent, obviously, as you could see by the video, I was struggling because of the wind. The whole tent top got twisted in when I was putting it up. So with that twist of the top of the tent, I initially put the poles in the wrong way. So that was a bit of a gong show. And then as I was putting them in properly in order to hold them up, I tried to jam one under my arm. And as you can see, that had dire consequences for my poor arm. It's like a tent pole hickey or something. So I ended up getting that bruise as I was, after I finally called for help, which I think all of us can agree we need to ask for help more. Because I want to do this solo, I wanted to try it on my own as long as possible, but it just got to a place where that was not possible. So I called for help and asked for that, which was really nice that my aunt lives close and was able to come help me so we could set it up together. But in that process, again, climbing in and out of the car, I rammed my leg pretty bad and got a really big bruise across my leg. And then yesterday, when we went to bed, Charlie was exhausted. I put him in his kennel. Everything was fine, but I had realized that the night before, in order to close, as I was gone for the day, that morning, as I was gone for the day, in order to close the hatch of the vehicle, in order to keep my stuff safe inside, I had to push the bed up further because it currently, when I'm sleeping, it hangs over the end of the hatch a little bit. And so I had to push it up as far as I could to the front seats. And when I did that, there wasn't enough room for his kennel. So his kennel was rocking back and forth. And I realized what had happened. So I got out, I pulled the mattress out a little bit. As I was getting back in, I rammed my shins against the license plate, which is not ideal. So now I have a cut and a bruise there. And then I lay down and the mattress deflated. So basically what happened is when I pulled that out, very slowly deflated, so I couldn't figure it out for a while. But when I pulled that out, it actually popped out the plugs just enough to let out air slowly. So by the time I was ready to fall asleep, I was sleeping on the floor of the vehicle, or floor-ish, as you understand. Anyway, and so I thought, okay, there must be a hole on this side. There's two sides to the air mattress. So I moved his kennel over to the other side. I lay on the other side. Turns out the same thing had happened on that side. So it slowly deflated as well till I was laying on the floor. So I tried to blow everything up. That was fascinating. So I tried to blow the one side up. I think it does actually have a hole somewhere. I'm going to have to figure that out when I get home. So I moved him to the other side. I blew the other side up to see if that one would work. That one finally worked. And I was able to finally sleep. And then it got really cold at night. And it was just, this was a bit much of an adventure. So I have not had much sleep in a couple of days. Yeah, long story short, as short as I can make it, a few days ago, Ginger Ginger kind of died in the middle of the night. And I know I shouldn't laugh about that, but I'm not really sure what happened, if she had some sort of heart issues and then Charlie alerted me to it, or if he lay on top of her and smothered her by accident, or what happened. But I went to pet her just to make sure that she was okay, because he was acting weird around her and she was not moving. She had no heartbeat and she wasn't breathing, and had no heartbeat. And so after, checking for what felt like a while, but I'm sure it was maybe a minute, I realized that there was nothing going on there. And so yeah, I gave her little doggy CPR, actually, chest compressions. I didn't do any mouth to mouth, thankfully, but you're not supposed to do that with dogs anyway. You're just supposed to blow in their face to get the air movement in there. Otherwise there could be too much air. But anyway, so I gave her chest compressions until she woke up again, thankfully. And so now she's with a sitter. Hopefully everything's going well. All I've received is reports that things are going well, but that's good. So I didn't sleep that night, and then we came here to camp, and I haven't slept in a couple nights. So I'm pretty exhausted, and this was a bit much of an adventure, but you know what, it's all experience, right? It's all learning, it's all getting things figured out, and yeah, it's part of the experience. So I'm glad that we came. I'm glad that Charlie's going to the groomer on Tuesday to get all the burrs taken out of his fur, and hopefully yeah, he'll look like a different dog after his first groom. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Yeah, I'm just really glad that everybody was able to tag along for this adventure, and hopefully we'll have a little bit more before we close off this video, but I just wanted to let you know a little bit of what was going on. So thanks for joining, and take care. Because there's a lot of boats on this lake, that means there's also a lot of waves, right, Charlie? But we're gonna be okay, right? You're pretty tired. I know. I know. Yep. That's all right. We're gonna stay close to the edge because the boats like to go in the middle and they like to go pretty fast. So we'll go over here. Right, bud? Oh boy, you are tired. So unlike Forget-Me-Not Pond, this lake actually has waves. Forget-Me-Not Pond has very few waves, unless there's a little bit of wind, because there's no boats on it, it's just a pond. So I'm interested to see how he does with waves. Yeah, if you're wanting water, it'll come to you. His paws are in the water, just dragging a little. That's so cute. I'm sitting quite a bit further back than I normally do, and it's feeling good because he is counterbalancing in the front. I still would like to have it blown up a little bit more, but I'm gonna have to start doing some workouts just so that I can blow up my paddleboard, because it gets really tough in that last little bit. And yeah, I don't always feel great doing it, and so I just kind of feel like it's putting it to the max capacity. So right now it is at capacity, but not at the max. So it works just fine. It just feels a little bit sturdier if it's just a little bit more full. And that's just me needing to get a little bit more balance as well. There we go, Charlie. Look at that. Just floating around. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, good boy. Yes, good boy. Good job. Why do I still have my glasses on? I meant to leave those behind. Can we put them in your treat bag? I'll give you some treats in exchange for letting me put my glasses there. There you go. Okay. Oh, hey, I always wanted to have a hook for you. I mean, it makes for not very fast access, but it just feels safer, you know? Maybe not. I want access, right? Charlie, I'm so hungry. We got up at 5:45. Or 5:30, I think he woke me up. And I had some banana bread because I baked banana bread before I went camping. And had some of that for breakfast, and then I haven't really had time to eat since, and it's noon. So I feel like it might be good. I only brought chips with me because I didn't feel like carrying stuff on the paddleboard. And I did bring a drink, so I'll have that. And yeah, I was actually gonna head home, but I decided to upload a video, and that needs a couple hours, so I figured while I have a few hours to wait, I'll come paddleboarding. Besides, that looks fun over there. We should go check that out. What's that little ramp thingy? Oh, he's getting so much better at this. Last time on the pond, he was kind of freaking out. And now he's just really chill because we've been doing so much. He's so tired. This is a good time to do this when he's calm and not freaked out. Honestly, there's so little that freaks this dog out. He's just such a calm dog. After my last neurotic Wheaton, who I loved, don't get me wrong, but she was definitely anxious. After her, this guy just seems like he's just the most chill I've ever seen in a dog. I mean, for a smart dog that has energy. Ginger is obviously chill, but she doesn't really have energy. Oh. That was my waterproof bag falling in the water. Thankfully it's waterproof. But I am gonna have to find a different way to do that too, because normally when you're paddleboarding, you've got this storage area up here where there's like different coolers and things like that that you can get that clip in. You can put your stuff in there, and then you have a nice storage area for all of your things, so that if you want to bring drinks or food or whatever, you can put it in a cooler, or even just your phone or whatever. It's a waterproof kind of system. Obviously, I can't clip anything in here because he's there. Oh, okay, let's turn so that we can go head on to these waves. And in the back, there's no clips, which is super weird to me. So, yeah, I mean, there's ones exactly where I'm sitting, because that's where you could put a paddleboard chair, which, by the way, if you are a paddleboard inventor, please invent a better chair. Those things are crap. But yeah, there should be a clip of some sort at the back, is my thoughts. So I'm gonna see if I can create something when I get home, and then maybe I can have a place to store my own waterproof bag, which has water kit in it, which I think the only thing in the water kit is a whistle. I think there's supposed to be a rope in it. No, I don't have one. I really should have one. Legally, if you have a watercraft, I think you're supposed to have a rope on it. Maybe that's just in the river. I can't remember. If that's the case, I'm counting Charlie's leash as a rope. So hopefully that'll work. I used it today to put the paddleboard in the water so it wouldn't float away while we were getting ready, and yeah, it worked really well. Okay, don't go backwards though, you fall in that way. Your tail's in the water. I also have a little sport towel in there that is really thin but super absorbent, and it curls up into like this little, like the size of your fist kind of ball, but it's like big enough that I could easily dry Charlie with it if he really needed it, or myself, I guess, if I needed it. But yeah, that's in there. Okay, did those people build a fort for their fence? That's super weird. Oh, hey, look, there's a place to meditate and pray. That's neat. Wonder how long it would take me to walk there from my campsite. We're all packed up and ready to go today, so I probably won't do that today, but maybe next time. Oh. Hey, I think this might be the camp. That's what this is. This is the Bible camp. Oh, that makes way more sense. Yeah, those are dorms. And then that would be like a little fort area where they could do games. And then they have their prayer time up there. Oh, and then this would be for when they play in the lake. This makes so much more sense. That's what that is. Okay. Good to know. My friend Justin will be happy to know that I figured it out. He's a big fan of this camp. Oh, we are getting very close to this. We're right. I should do something about that. Don't fall in because I'm having a snack. Don't fall in. Oh my goodness, it's not even noon in my move ring. Okay. Charlie, sit. Or something. There's way more of a likelihood you're gonna fall in this way, bud. Yeah. Sit down. There you go. Good boy. It is so peaceful out here. I wanted to go the other direction, but I didn't want to go past the boat launch. So I thought to myself, well, I'll just go to the other side of the lake because I thought this was just a little inlet. I didn't realize the lake just kept going. And I thought I was going to go to the other side and then pass the boat launch from the other side. And then I could paddleboard on the other side of the boat launch. But it really looks like there's no other way around other than to go straight past the boat launch. I mean, I could go to the other side, but like, come on. Who thinks that that I'm strong enough for that? I don't. I mean, I could get there for sure. I'm just not really sure I could get back. Hey, bud. I know. Are you watching the birds? Yeah? Do you like them? Yeah, they're good birds, hey? Yeah. So they always say that your dog needs mental stimulation. So there are these puzzle toys you can get. There's feeding tools, there's snuffle mats, there's the feeding bowl that we have at home. There's all of these things that we have for mental stimulation for dogs that are stuck inside. But this right here, this is what they need. This is what we need. I think this is what everyone needs. And we don't do it enough, that's for sure. Not necessarily on the water, but just being outside, listening to nature over top of the motorboats. Okay, I can't paddle if you're standing there. Hey, bud. Right? Good boy. Where's your eyes? Where's your eyes, Charlie? Hey, sit. Just wait. Ready? Yeah, good boy. Okay. Can we put this away? Can we put this away, please? Yeah, we have to because we're going to hit the shore if we don't. Oh, good. I broke it. Well, Charlie, I mean, that's not a huge surprise given everything that's happened already this weekend. Yeah, pretty good, hey? Yeah, how about you clean off my legs instead? There we go. Everything is very wet and sticky. But that's okay. Don't fall in. I mean, actually, at this point, you should. You have pop all over you. Or ice, anyway. If you ever want to go for a drive in the prairies, it's absolutely beautiful, I think. But one thing you need to remember is that your windshield will end up looking like this. I don't know if you can pick it up on the camera, but I basically am having a hard time seeing through the windshield at this point because it's so covered in bugs. Stupid bugs. Hi, Mama. Where's the other baby? Oh yeah, look at that. That's better.
Yeah, they'll go have some apples now. They'll be fine.
Aww.
They'll be cute.
So sweet.
The apples are